So that was the most revolutionary figure of the 21st century since probably Mandela, I guess.
Damn, man, you can't say it like that. Salutations, mortals, and welcome to From the Jump, the interviews by creatives with creatives. This is how we do it. And first up, we've got the one and only 1/6. If you don't know him, he's a really, really, really crazy rapper, man. This man is from, as you can see the flags behind us, he's from the 061, Namibia, plus 264. But right now, he's out in Australia, Melbourne, where he's been since, I think 2012 or something. So, what up, Aaron? How you doing, man?
I'm good, fam. I'm good. How you been, dog?
You know how it is, man. It's been, man. I haven't, like face to face. Besides this, we probably haven't seen each other in probably 10 years almost.
Oh man, probably longer. Like, I mean, like I haven't been, like, so I've been in Melbourne. Like, to correct you, it's like you said 2012. I've been in Melbourne since 2004. So I've been here for 16 years now.
Look at that. Look at that.
Yeah, so I've been here for a minute. So I think the last time I saw you was maybe the last time I was back home. Like, yeah.
Like, yeah, no, it's crazy, man, because I literally haven't seen you then since high school.
Yeah, that's it.
Man, 16 years? That's crazy, yo.
Crazy, dog.
All right, crazy. So.
And we were hanging pretty tight. Like, we were like seeing each other almost every day.
We were wild.
Really.
We were wild back then. We'll get into that. Don't jump the gun on them, man.
All right.
So, let the people know a little bit about yourself, man. You know, rap-wise, creative-wise, because you're not just a rapper. As I know. I mean, I don't know anybody else that raps with an orchestra, bro. You're the only homie I know that does that. So I just want you to, give little people a bit of a background about you.
Well, I mean, artistic-wise, like, MC, do a bit of production here and there. It's not really my strong forte, but, like, you know, I'm a musician, so, you know, like writing, songwriting, whether spoken word, I do it as well.
Trying to come from my bag, I see.
Yeah, I'm not as good as you are. That's all yours. I'm the special guest in that forte. Like, you know,
you're coming from you, man. You got raps for days, bro. I know about that.
Yeah. So, and I mean, like, kind of started out in a writing format, like, you know, in school. That was my jam. English is what got me through high school. English and art, you know, like So yes, it started with the short stories, which then was going into poems, and then when I started listening to hip hop, then it was, oh snap, like this is like poetry, you know, rhythm and poetry.
Yeah.
And so then condensing it and then learning how to actually rap in 16 bars and then eventually that all snowballed into, you know, like a career of making music and, you know, building
a dope
concepts.
Career of making music, brother. Let's be honest. I remember when you dropped Electronic Mail, that thing was madness, bro. And then you had Inbox right after, and I was like, nah, this guy, come on, man. I was in SA bumping that loud, bro. It was crazy.
Dope. Thanks for the support, man. That's dope.
Blessings. No, for real.
Yeah, so I guess all of as a career, I've been performing, recording, and creating music since 2000, and I guess my first recorded thing that I was on that really came out was 2006. So, but then before that, you know, entering battles and open mics and all of that stuff. So that's like since 2004. So yeah, so it's been a while. It's been
I mean, look, most of us, or most of the people I'm interviewing, especially because I mean, I've known most of you before anybody knew me as Oken, of course, or as Nikolai TNB the poet. So for me, it's a journey, you know. It's just this thing of overlapping journeys where all of us, we didn't know back then
journeys.
what.
I like that.
Hey, don't steal that. That's my album title.
No, I know that. I know that. I know that. So the fact that you weave that in, I was like, oh.
Yeah, but that's how it is. That's why I called it that, because it's literally a thing of you know, artists just going along their own journeys, and somehow you hit a crossroad, you know?
Yeah, and crossing paths. Yeah, that's it.
And it's like, damn, Let's do, and that's the crazy thing. We've never done a track together. We've never done anything together yet. We've always planned to, but you know how things fall through.
We've planned, yeah,
time,
we planned. And, I mean, there was the one jam that we got you on, that you did the track there. I did me and a co-producer of mine. We did send you that, and you sent people that. That jam was dope. We need to.
That was a dope jam.
Need to resurrect that, and that you killed that one, man.
Agreed, fair, man. But like, you know how it is, man. When you work with people that you enjoy the music that they make and their creative processes, and like, you know, you really respect their craft and the way that they respect their craft. It's very easy to create with people like that. Yeah, and that's why, you know, me and you, we definitely gonna do that. Also, you know, the BV.
Oh yeah, for sure.
BV still.
For sure.
We all like, yo, Aaron. We need Aaron on something. That's for damn sure. So,
oh yeah, word. It's that stuff. You guys really, I'm so inspired by your guys' stuff, man. Like,
blessings, fam.
Definitely.
Blessings.
You know, it's like, just out of Africa as a whole, really, because it's like you know, there's a danger in generalizing, because especially if you know, because it sounds narrow, and it's like, you know, like, oh yeah, I love African hip hop. So what hip hop do you listen to? And it's like, oh, I only listen to Black Vulcanite. It's like, whoa, how can you how can you then really say, oh, like, you know, really say African hip hop? Yeah, you know, painting the whole continent. But because I'm an invested listener, like I listen, whether it's SA, Namibia, Mozambique, you know, Angola,
exactly,
you know, Nigerian hip hop, you know, back in the day, before, like, you know, when things, I mean, they've always really been popping, but now that they've taken over globally.
Yeah, which was going to happen. We all knew that was going to happen.
Oh yeah, for sure. Like, you know, they've been an industry of themselves forever, you know, like Nollywood and, you know, and all of that. Like, that's been its own thing, you know. It's like now it's just, it's now, you know, really infiltrated, because they are everywhere, you know. It's like, you know, there's Nigerian people. There's like, there's not a country that you can think of there isn't a Nigerian dude.
No, there's none that exists, bro. Maybe an island somewhere that we don't know about, you know. But
there's niggas there, yo. That nigga is there. You know what I mean? Like, he's been out there.
Speaking of
selling
which,
Black Vulcanite albums. Like, do you want this Black?
You said they got the LP out there too, huh?
They got the LP out there, yo. You know what I mean? Like,
let me
extra
run this
remixes.
past you, right? So when you got to Australia, and you decided, look, man, I'm gonna push my creativeness here as well. How did, talk to me about that process? You know, getting in with people, getting to shows, you know, getting on bills, getting to paying productions. I mean, even how that happened, that's crazy. You know what I'm saying?
Damn, it's a long process, because that's like kind of 15 years in the making.
Yeah.
I was 17 when I finished high school, so here, like, it's that you cannot start university until you're 18. So it's like, you know, they won't, even if you qualify, you know, you finished university.
They're like,
nah,
we don't care how smart you
can't
are, bro.
start. They're just like, nah, you have to wait. So what they do have here is, like, it's called TAFE, which is kind of like Polytech and, you know, those kind of things. Like, so it's not full degrees, but it's like diplomas and certificates and things like that. So I was doing that, and so when I got here, I was doing TAFE, and I was doing IT, so it was Certificate 1 IT, Cert 4, Cert 5, Diploma, And as I was doing that, I've always been ahead, you know, we've always been bumping that hip hop shit.
We know that.
And I just found, like, I was like, wow, like, you know, there's an abundance of, like, live music venues and places here in Melbourne, because it's like, you know, it's listed as the capital of, you know, of the world of live music, you know, because it's like there's live. I mean, at the moment it's not really popping off, like, because no one can go anywhere, but literally every day of the week in every suburb there's a gig happening. It doesn't matter where you are. Sometimes, like, and even like when I started really coming up, there's this place called Brunswick Street. Like, literally there are like 30 pubs all on this one street. So pubs are what they call bars here. Like, so it's like public bars or whatever. If just in case people don't know, it's like, what the fuck is a pub? Is that a dog?
The lingo moves from country to country, bro.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, but so yeah, so venues with live music happening, and you can walk down the street and check out 6-7 different gigs in one night if you wanted, and that's what I was doing, because when I got here I didn't really know anybody, so I was just rolling solo.
Yeah.
And which is the best way to network, really.
Best way.
Then because then you're not really influenced by like, nah, I don't like that shit, or like, I don't want to listen. This is like, I'm just, oh yeah, that sounds cool. Is that music coming out of there? Just go in. And what's really dope is like, for the most part, Australians is mad friendly. You know what I mean? Like, so they really, if they see you sitting or standing by yourself somewhere, they will come up to you and be like, yo, are you cool? Who are you here? Are you here with people? And you'd be like, oh no, I'm just by myself. Like, nah, don't be by yourself. Come hang with us. And you just eventually get in, get welcomed into a fold or a conversation at some point. So,
but also, don't you think don't you think that in itself, right? Sorry to interrupt you, but
no, you could.
That in itself, that you went there by yourself, didn't know nobody. Rolled up on venues that you can actually go and just scout out. Not really to say, let me go find out if I can go perform there, just to scout it out and see, look, what's actually happening in this spot. But in itself, I think it's especially, I hear this from a lot of Namibians. When we leave our country and especially as creatives, and go out, somehow people tend to kind of draw towards us when we're alone in public spaces,
Yeah.
Because we don't look like we're trying to be angry or to rob people or mean mugging, we're just out there. We just trying to live life. And I think that in itself also lends itself to people being like, hey man, let me speak to this person. He looks like a cool guy, Do you think that's what brought it about?
I feel like that was the very big part of it. Because Namibians, we are like that kind of laid back. We don't struggle being on our own. You know what I mean? Like, it's like Namibian cats, we know how to just be like, I'm cool. Like on my own, I don't like, kind of running around and be like, hey, you want to talk to me? Hey, you want to talk to me? Hey, you want to talk to me? It's like, just kind of, just grab our beard, sit, chill, watch the show, and be out. And people are like, yo, like, you seem really cool. And
that's how I go.
So like, so I guess that was also a part of it. Like, just mellow, just watching, and
just soaking it up, just getting
it up. And so like, the early years, like it was just scoping it out, really. I wasn't really, kind of going out and being like, oh yeah, I'm gonna perform today. I'm just gonna go check it out and just, see, what the vibe is. And and then it was like, just be standing at the bar, someone's at the bar as well, they're just like, hey man, how you doing, what's your name, blah, blah, blah. When I start, and then of course the accent as well, they're like, yo, okay, this guy's not from here. So
where you
like
from?
So yeah, where you from? And then they're like, I'm from Namibia. Like, what? Namibia? Yo, guys, I found a Namibian. How do you say it again? Namibian. It's like, Nambibwe. Yeah. So there was like, that, and and I was just, just super curious. So then as like within just, it wasn't even that long. So 2004, because I went back home in December. So by November, like I'd pretty much already kind of built a little kind of network of people who were also into like emceeing, but then also my age, like, so we were 17, 18. So at the place where I was staying when I first moved over was a student village.
Okay.
So so it was all international students living in this kind of dorm, kind of university campus kind of thing, but it was off campus and it was all people from all different universities, but all
okay, got you, all right.
So it wasn't like, if you're just at this university, this is your thing. But it was weird because it was run by the university I was going to, which was Vic Uni, but students from other universities could come and stay there.
Okay.
So I'm the international student, so I ended up befriending like, so there was a crew of us. It was me, the Namibian. So I had all like, the South African hip hop, like, had like
Yeah,
the Amo
yeah,
and
yeah, yeah.
Zubs and Tumi, the Volume
All of
and
them, Cooley, all of them, bro.
Proverb. Yeah, like all of that stuff. I think no, this is even before Kuli had come out. Kuli
Nah,
Chana.
couldn't be, bro.
Yeah, 2004. Yeah, like because he started popping 2006,
Yeah, but
2007.
that depends on what you mean by popping. Remember that SA used to have the mixtapes, the hype mixtapes.
And I know, and he wasn't on them back then. So
Damn, really?
yeah,
So
yeah.
I remember
So
him.
I know. It's not to say that he wasn't rapping or anything.
Yeah,
At that time, he
yeah.
wasn't on the So I had like the South African hip hop and like, and then also the African hip hop like X Plasters and you know what I mean, Giddy Giddy Maji Maji, Mode 9. It was me, and then there was another homie of mine who was from the UK. He was from Manchester, and he had like all the like UK hip hop, like underground UK hip hop, like all of that stuff. So this is like your Jest and Skinny Man and Task Force, all the underground like super dope shit. And but like also because we had MTV Base and MTV Europe on DSTV, so we were already getting all of that like
it was filtering into us.
Like it's like we were already getting it, so I was familiar with it. But like this is now we're not dudes who have the albums and the first mixtapes and all of that. So I'm like, oh shit. Exactly. So burn me CDs, like burn all those CDs. So then it was like, so it's me. I had that South African hip hop and African hip hop. This guy who had the UK and all the European hip hop stuff, and then there was a Australian dude who had all of the Australian hip hop that I'd never heard before because like
it's Australia and none of us knew that they were rappers.
I didn't even know that dudes were rapping in Australia. Basically,
until you got there, none of us knew, bro.
Oh yeah, and then I was friends with the DJ who used to do the uni nights at the bar that we all used to go to. It was the student bar, like there was a student night on Tuesdays, and so I was friends with him. So there was us. So between the four of us, we were just like kind of swapping music and like trading stuff.
But moving that DJ, culture from hand to hand. Exactly.
Yeah, exactly. But then the guy who was the DJ, he used to work at so it's called JB Hi-Fi, which is like the music store, which is kind of like Musica or whatever. Musica. So it's the version of that. And so he had, it was like all and any music I wanted to get. Like he was just like, yeah, I work Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays. Come in, man. And he just used to hook me up, like so staff discounts. So it's like CDs like that are like when it's brand new release, they're like $20.
Mad expensive.
Like mad expensive. Homie was just like, yep, get what you want, staff discount, and then an extra whatever thing. So I'd be walking out with like 10 CDs for $20. You know what I mean? Like, so he was just hooking me up. Because then also what they have is like, so they have like the bargain bins that like, so it's once so once it's like past 6 months release or whatever, or if it's not really selling as well, so
real
they put
hard,
it in a bargain bin. So then those things are already just $2, $5 already. So then a discount on that, so that it becomes 50 cents. So
50 cents. You know that
I'm walking into the shop with $20. And I'm walking out with 20 CDs or 10 CDs, you know what I mean? So and so like from there, like so my knowledge and like I was really studying the craft. I was like, because I was listening and I was writing at the time, but it wasn't in my mind that like, oh, I'm actually gonna become an MC. And then so that was like start of 2004. By the end of the year, I was like, because I'm now with these guys, I'm freestyling and getting drunk and freestyling. They're like, man, you're actually pretty good, man. Like you should try and
rap some.
Or go to the open mics and go to the open mics and try and rap something and whatever. I was like, oh, okay, yeah, cool, I'll do that. And then started doing that. So then I started meeting MCs here who are doing the same thing. And then like as I was saying, like so there was back then like there was literally open mics almost every night. The only nights when it wasn't happening was Friday, Saturday, Sunday, because that's when the concerts were happening and all the international
the international acts and stuff. That would
international acts. But then besides that, Monday to Thursday, open mics every night.
So you would then you would say that not only your connection with the artists that were around you at the time, of course, that you were moving with and everything, but actually going out and having testing grounds, having the opportunity to have these platforms that are already out there and just being like, you know what, let me go test it out. And this is exactly what I want to get to as the crux of this whole thing of From the Jump. It's about talking to creatives literally about their processes of getting to where they are now. Because everybody sees the end product. Everybody sees Black Vulcanite as Black Vulcanite, sees 1/6 as 1/6.
Yeah.
But when you find out what it took to get there, this ain't no overnight shit. And that's exactly
it's not,
like as you just said, you went from copying CDs to learn the craft, trading them with other homies to then further study the craft of diversity in raps, and then only deciding, all right, let me pen some stuff and then let me go check it out. That in itself is a process. Most people want to jump all the way to the end and just go rap.
They want to fast forward. It's like, man, like, I hummed a melody. I'm a rapper now. It's like, no, you're kind of not. But then, like everyone's process is different. So I'm not gonna knock it and kind of be like, oh, you've only been rapping for a year. Sit down, because then, like, if you have a year where you really feel like you've made some progress, then like give it another 16 years, then man, you'll be next level. Like, that's why I never shut anybody down, even when I'm speaking to like younger MCs who are coming up and like, or dudes who just come up and they know I'm a rapper and they want to, kind of
let me spit it
come up and be like, yo, let me spit it. Let me spit a 16, man, like you. And they're just, drunk and just literally spitting in your ear.
Spitting in your ear.
It's just like the side of your face is just covered in beer, basically. It's like, fuck, I'm drunk from you talking in my face. Like,
it's crazy.
But I never shut people down. And also, like, I went from attending the open mics to like, just until recently, until things got locked down, like, hosting open mics pretty much every week or every 2 weeks. And anyone who's interested and wants to get up, is like, I'd encourage it. You know what I mean? Yeah. Because that's how you learn, and that's even that thing of telling someone like, nah, you're whack, get out of here. It cultivates, just kind of cultivates a negative energy that I'd never felt like that. Hip hop was about. I mean, there's the battle, for sure. If you're going to battle, but not just shut somebody down just because of your own biases and stuff like that. Like, I don't subscribe to that.
Totally, I agree with you totally. Because for me, look, the thing is, there's a difference, and I think sometimes people don't understand the difference between constructive criticism, right? Straight up just hate, and then also just people being real. So for me, the thing is, I will never, and I have never told anybody, nah, man, your raps or your poems suck. Do something else. I've never done that. But if we are in a competition, like you said, if it's a battle, if we're doing slam poetry against each other, myself and another poet, there is no way in hell I'm helping you, bro. I've had that. I've had people come to me and be like, yo, man, can you look at my poem? And I'm like, whoa. We're in this competition together, bro. I'm trying to win. I'm not going to help you beat me. But I'm not going to downplay the fact that you might not have been doing this as long as me, and you're trying to still, walk your journey, walk your path.
Yeah, exactly.
Telling people that they're whack because they've only been rapping for 1 year. Everybody was whack the first year they rap. Almost everybody, man. Like, ain't nobody hard the first year they rap. Or write poems, or write stories, or make music, or whatever you do.
Yeah, or
you need to study your craft and put in the hours. That's why they call it 10,000 hours. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, 10,000 hours and do the train. And then it's like, to me, or at least in my mind, like, I feel like you clock up to the 10,000 hours and then you start again. Because it's like, it's not a thing of like, oh yeah, I'm at 20,000 hours. It's like, no, like,
you gotta do
to your 10,000, like, start again.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like, because it's like you climb to the top of the mountain. There's not like another extra mountain from there. It's like, now go back down
and climb back up. Exactly.
Again,
bro.
So I feel like I'm probably, collectively, I'm probably at good 15,000 at the moment, like, like in terms of, like,
on which run? How many? Hold up. Let's tell the people. How many runs up and down you had? Though you can't say you had 15,000.
Yeah, true.
You probably on like round number 6 of 10, and now you had round 6.
Yeah. Okay. Well. All right, yeah. So this is probably maybe third, maybe fourth round now. I think.
You see
Yeah,
what I
think
mean?
this is probably fourth one now. You know,
So you
but
at
it's
least at
but
like
it's
55,000 hours,
yeah,
roughly around there.
yeah, roughly. You know, but then I think, nah, actually, even because like the second time, because I think the first time up, and then you come back down, because then like the second time up, you're like, I know this path. I'm now investigating the other ways.
Yeah.
So it takes
Moving
a bit longer,
different.
like, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Yeah.
You're
So you're moving
exploring,
different,
yeah.
like, you know, exploring, because you know where like, all right, if I get lost, I know where to go. Is the comfort, like, this is the line here. It's like kind of having the rope on you, like, where it's just like, if you stray too far, it's like,
Exactly.
nah, if you keep going, you're gonna get lost.
You're gonna, yeah.
So, you know, you kind of, you know, then you're buckled in, and then you have that safety to kind of veer off and kind of lean off the edge a bit until you get there, and then come back down. You're like, okay, cool. Then now you do it on the other side, you know.
This side of the mountain, yeah.
This side of the mountain. So yeah, so I've been, you know, just training with that. But then also like the really cool thing as well, like, which is another awesome aspect of this city in Melbourne and being involved in the music industry here, is that like you can do those things concurrently. You know what I mean? Like, you know, it's like, so it's like, as I was, you know, learning how to be a solo and, you know, solo MC and really crafting that, understanding, you know, like, you're really my own sorry, like learning how to tell my own story. I was also in crews where I was learning how do you balance out being on the mic with 3 or 4 other dudes.
I got you. Yeah.
Really,
So that it actually meshes.
So it meshes. It doesn't, you know, like, you know, there's a thing. Sometimes it sounds and looks, like kind of unprofessional, and like kind of look where you're seeing guys who are really almost going at each other on a track.
Yeah.
It like, it just looks messy. Like, you know, it's just like, it's like, because it's, in my mind, it's kind of the same thing of musicians, like, you know, the bass, the keys, the drums, the singer, everyone has to kind of be in the same key for the shit to work. You know, like,
and in their pocket.
Everyone, sometimes, and in the pocket, yeah. So it's like, there's very few experimental shit where everyone's like, this guy's playing in A, this person's in G minor, this one is in like B flat, that one is like, you don't even know what key that is, like, you know what I mean? Like, they're playing some weird harmonics and shit, like, and it works because of, you know. But that's, you know, rare, and but then that's also is the togetherness in that chaos. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
but I mean,
they're all like, okay, they're willing to trust each other to do whatever they're doing as well as they possibly can, and they know that they're together.
It's chaotic elegance. It's chaotic elegance. That's what it is.
That's it. Yeah, that's, yeah.
Also, another one of my terms. Don't steal that one.
I know. Yeah, like, you know, like, you know what you should do. Like, you know, it's like, you should make an app. Like, you know, it's just like, you know, like, how do I say this the way that, you know, it's like, you know, like,
let me say this like Oaken would. How would Oaken say this?
What would Oaken say? You know what I mean? It's like chaotic elegance. Like that. Like, I said this to somebody. You might. If people hear this, they might be like, what the fuck is this nigga saying? But literally, what's the guy's name? Little Nas
X, yeah.
Little Nas X was like, last year, I have to say, if I don't know when the song came out per se, maybe it was 2018.
Shit, I also don't remember. I think it was last year.
Dominated last year though, like, it was everywhere. So that was the most revolutionary figure of the 21st century since probably Mandela, I guess.
Damn, man, you can't say it like that.
I will.
Okay, but I do get what you mean.
Understand? Do you understand the context? And
I do. I mean, he did do something that you know, as hip hop heads, as hip hop artists, it's kind of,
as black people,
I'll give you that one.
Not even. and the homies, he's a homosexual as well. So not only that, like, you know what I mean? Like, so it's like literally to infiltrate like the most homophobic, racist, like
Country
against
music.
anything that's
American
country music.
music.
Yeah, it is like, anything that is not country, Americana, whatever, to infiltrate that and dominate, not even just
Yeah,
infiltrate,
he
and
smashed it.
like,
He
to the point where
smashed that shit.
it's like they were like, oh no, we can't let him be on these charts because of this, and then they got their ambassador to get on it, and then it stayed on the second chart,
and then it was like, it's over.
you know what I mean?
Like,
So it's like, yeah, and so now imagine that is literally, it's the equivalent of, and argue if you want, but like that's the equivalent of like Mandela shaking hands with F.W. de Klerk when he got out.
And that's,
You know what
I
I mean?
still think that's a deep statement, bro. That's a deep statement.
It's deep, but it's true.
And
like
I'm gonna have to let that one germinate in my head for a bit.
Yeah, think about it. It was like, what else did that? There's nothing else that's equivalent to that.
Nah, not even
On a
Jay-Z
global
Linkin
level.
Park, yo. Not even Jay-Z Linkin Park did it.
No, not at all.
Lil Nas X did.
Not at all.
Damn, that's actually wild.
No.
Shit, I like
That's, and then as I'm saying, like as a revolutionary, like, you know what I mean, like totally, like, walking and like, breaking down the barriers of like, fuck you and your bias. I'm here.
I'm
You
here. I'm
cannot
doing
ignore
it.
me.
That's what it is. Yeah,
I'm doing it. You cannot ignore
actually a
me.
very
And
fucking
even
good take on
your champion is supporting me too. So there's nothing you can say about this. Your kids are going to be singing my song every day. Like that song was playing every day, and they did. So and now that's revolution. That is like,
he changed the whole landscape.
What Mandela said, like, changed the whole landscape, and that's what Madiba came out and was the same. He was like, nah, I'm not going to come out and be angry. I'm like, yep, I'm going to forgive, and we're going to move on, and we're going to be better.
Yeah, and it did change. It did change a lot of things in people's minds. I won't lie. Really good take, actually.
And that's revolution right there. And that was like, that came to me like, drunk by myself. It was just like, yo, this nigga actually made the most revolutionary statement and like action since Tata came out of jail. You know what I mean? Like straight up.
That's straight up. He did change the fucker.
And I hope motherfuckers try and argue with me about this shit.
Yeah, now look. Once we put this up, homie's gonna be hitting you up and be like, "Man, did you just say?" You're gonna have to have a lot of conversations about that one,
I
bro.
did. Yeah, and that's like, and I've answered. I answered it.
Yeah, no.
I don't have to explain any more than I did.
You literally, I want to hit you with the general interview questions, as I call them, or the GIQ. This is basically, we got to change everything up. But this is basically how I like mesh all of these interviews together and keep like a running theme through. I just drop you guys a couple of questions that I don't know the answers to, even though like we've been saying on this interview, we've known each other most of our lives. I think we met, grade 4, 97, 98.
97, 98. Yeah, when we were at St. George's. Yeah. So it was like, long time.
There's questions that I want answers to, right? Yeah, so I'm gonna ask you. I'm gonna shoot them off random. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's start with a food one that I like to ask people. All right, pineapple on pizza or not?
I don't eat pizza, so I don't really care what's on the pizza.
What do you mean, bro? What do you mean you don't eat pizza, bro?
I don't eat pizza. Nah, I don't eat it.
Like, is there a special reason you don't eat pizza?
Yeah, just the cheese. I don't eat cheese, so yeah.
No, you see,
and then also I drink too much beer, so I'm trying to. So I don't eat cheese. I don't drink milk.
Are you lactose intolerant?
Bread very rarely. Yeah, it doesn't work with me that well. Yeah.
Okay, no, that's a total. I thought this was by choice. I'm like, who the fuck chooses not to eat cheese? What kind of shit is that?
Yeah. It's like, what? All right, interview over.
Like, nah, this nigga out of here, bro. I'm deleting all this music from my shit.
It's like, man, like, fuck that nigga. Yeah.
All right. Okay, cool. Let's move on to another one then. All right, super villains or superheroes? Which one is your favorite and why?
Damn, I'm a complex thinker, so it's like I'm kind of like, but which one is which?
All right, let me put it like this: anti-villains fall on the villain side. So Deadpool, anti-villain; Wolverine, anti-villain. These niggas are not fucking heroes, bro. Okay, these people are. We were comic book fiends, so we know these guys are not fucking heroes. They're anti-heroes. They're like, they're not villains per se, but they're like hero adjacent or some shit like that.
Yeah. So, okay, so I'm more the anti-hero.
All right.
They fall on villain.
Yeah,
they fall on the villain side.
They fall on villain side, yo. They ain't
okay,
heroes.
The super villains then. Yep.
It's just one of those things where like their enemy happen to be the enemy of, you know, the niggas that are the good guys, but they don't really
that are the good
guys. They don't give a fuck.
True. Yeah, true. Yeah. All right, yeah. Well, I'm on that side.
All right, so you on the anti-villain side. You on the villain side. All right, cool.
Anti-hero. Yeah. I'd like, please, you have to release this, and hopefully this doesn't cut out. You know, the Illuminati might be like, yep, this nigga's talking too much. Like, cut the internet. To kind of sit and, you know, spend time with people. So, like, to keep doing this for us.
For the culture, homies, for the culture, it's for the culture, for the fans, man, for the supporters, you know. This isn't really even about us. It's just about trying to get people to understand, man, this art thing, this creative thing, there's so much sacrifice that goes into it as well. You know, so much uncertainty. Most of the time, we don't even know if, you know, you're going to actually get a gig this month, or how you going to get, you know, some cash in your pocket, if the gig's even going to pay you, because most of the time people want you to do it for exposure and bullshit like that. So
exposure, the
worst check ever, man. The worst check ever. That shit bounces every time.